Welcome to the Designated Drinker Show. I am Louise Salas, your host on the podcast that is raising the bar on craft cocktails. And with me, of course, is mi pata, who I believe to be totally peachy-meatry, the mixtressdc Gina.
Whoa! Look at that. Very good. Very nice.
Don't worry, Gina, don't worry. I promise.
Very good.
It's all good. Well, it's my attempt at Peruvian slang, so I believe it's all good, but if my enunciation is off, I have no promises there, but it'll all make sense when I tell you who today's designated drinker is, and he'll be able to say it with the right roll of every letter and make sure it sounds that I haven't totally screwed it up. So let's get this tono started, shall we? And welcome to the show, Johnny Schuler. He's a master distiller, and I'm not going to butcher the distillery name, and I'm going to let you say it. Totally copying out.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation.
Welcome to the show.
Well, you just got a beautiful compliment there with saying pata. Pata in our slang. It's a slang in Peru. It means a very, very dear, close friend. And pitri mitri is a very, very colloquial expression of saying, I can't say the bad word, but we changed the vowels so it doesn't sound bad. But pitri mitri means really puta madre, which means it's really wonderful person, right?
See,
what you
really
say
wonderful.
was, how was the guy? De la puta madre, which means really very good, right? And then tono, where'd you get all these things? Tono means, let's get the party started. Tono. How was the party night? Tonazo. Pretty good.
See?
Big party.
I'm into that.
So ready for party.
I'm ready for a party today.
Good,
Well,
good.
I think we're hanging out with the right person for that,
right.
I'm going to say. So please tell our listeners I know you're the master distiller, and I was afraid to say the name.
No. I am the master, Luis. I am the master distiller of Distillería La Caravedo. La Caravedo is, it's a complicated words pronunciation in English, no? La Caravedo.
For those
But La
of us that
Caravedo
can't
is the
speak
name,
Spanish.
it was actually the name of the man that owned the property back in 1684.
Wow.
And it took the Hacienda takes the name from him, no? It was bodega and Distillería La Caravedo. So it's a vineyard, we have a viñedo, a bodega, and a distillery.
Wow.
So we are state-grown grapes and things like that. And we make this thing.
This little thing called Pisco.
This thing called Pisco,
Yes.
right? Which is really wonderful.
Yes.
Which is really a great spirit, right?
I think a lot of Americans actually know the depth of Pisco.
Well, what Pisco is. Let's start elementary.
Well, that's the thing is that
What is
it is, and then how important it is to the culture was the other part. That it is what it is, and then that lineage and that deep, rich cultural history is amazing.
Dale Luis has a very beautiful phrase for it. He says, Pisco is the oldest spirit of the New World.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful
It
expression,
would be.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dale
You're right.
Goff, that's his phrase. Is the oldest spirit in the New World. And but Pisco, we've been making Pisco in Peru since the late 1500s. The Spaniards brought the grape from the Canary Islands around 1557.
Just a couple
We've
days
got
ago.
the dates right,
Yeah.
somewhere around. So immediately those plants really began to produce abundant grapes. For some reason, the bunches are huge and the volume of production is enormous. So this were done by the missionaries, right? Because what happened is when the conquistadores arrive in America, they find that there's no grapes in this continent.
Yeah.
No grapes meant no wine.
Yes.
No wine meant no mass on Sunday.
Oh. Or happy monks, right?
So they very quickly, Carlos V, or Charles V, King of Spain, had to put a price, a dowry, on the first subject of the crown that would produce wine in America. And this happened, believe it or not, in 1557.
Wow.
In a little hacienda called Marcahuasi, near Cusco, in Peru. Not Napa, sorry.
Yeah. Little dig.
Sorry, a couple of hundred years before, right? So that production became abundant, a lot of that stuff, a lot of wine. But the wine was not very strong, couldn't hold very long. So we had to transport it over the Andes to send it to Potosi, which was a silver mine in the south of Peru, and in Bolivia today. The big silver mountain, Potosi, gave a lot of wealth to Spain. And you had to transport it over the Andes, so it wouldn't last. So what did they do? And it was heavy, right?
Yeah.
So they distilled it.
Cocktail.
Oh.
Right? 4 bottles of wine makes 1 bottle of Pisco.
Wow.
Sure.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So volume went down, and pretty cool. And then we discovered that we were making a spirit that was unlike no other,
Yes.
because there's a lot of regulations, a lot of norms that oblige us to singularities, to different things that makes us completely different from any spirit that these guys have in a bar, right? You go to a regular bar, whiskeys, gins, vodkas, tequilas, they're all distilled 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
The norm in Peru only allows us to one distillation. We cannot go through two times to distill. Cognac is distilled twice.
Oh.
Then we're made from wine. We're not made from palmas like grappa, right? We're more like cognac, but we're not aged in wood, right? So there's a lot of singularities that make this thing absolutely different
Yes.
and wonderful and drinkable. And
and thirsty.
I think we should.
Thirsty.
and thirsty, yeah?
Yes. So, do you
we,
mind? Why not?
right.
So, while Johnny sets us up, I just want to make sure that everyone knows where we are. We are here in the Napoleon House, which is right in the heart of the French Quarter in New Orleans. And you might hear some little grinding here, a little banging here. Well, it's because they've got a lot of construction going on. This is an amazing historic building, and they're putting an awful lot of work into it. So, and we can hear some of that. But it's all right. We don't mind. Kind of little spirit here, little spirit there, and a whole lot of construction. So,
All right. Let me go through a little bit of what Pisco really is, right? We know that it's a distilled spirit from wine. We know it goes in a copper pot still, single distillation, once times with a spill, small batch. It has to be done from 8 different vitis vinifera grapes. And we have a geographical denomination. It has to be in the coastal valleys of Lima, Ica, Arequipa, Moquegua, and Tacna. Don't repeat the names because they're complicated.
because you know I can't.
So,
I got Lima in there.
so it's regulated by a norm, right? So not anybody can produce it. You have to comply with a lot of regulations and things like that. So it's pretty tight to control. Now, we have 8 grapes. Each of the grapes has a particular basket of aromas. Like in the wine world, you would say a Cabernet Sauvignon has red fruit, deep cherries, red cherries, and each one has, like each wine grape, it has its own aromas. Each Pisco grape has its own basket of aromatic impressions, right? We have 8. What we're going to taste now is Caravedo, the puro. Puro means 2 things in Spanish, in Peru. Puro means pure,
Yes.
right? But in this case, it means that this Pisco puro has been distilled when the wine is dry.
Oh.
And mosto verde means that it's been distilled when the wine is still sweet. So we need about 8 or 10 pounds to make this bottle.
Wow.
But I need 18 or 20 pounds to make this bottle,
Wow.
right? Because the still doesn't carry the sugars, it carries vapors, right? But I need twice as much because I'm distilling an untotally fermented wine, a sweet wine. So we're starting with a puro, a dry Pisco made from dry wine, right? This is a very, Quebranta is the mission grape in California. That's what it is. Brought by the Spaniards, and then Junipero Serra brought it up to here, right? Spread all over America. The aromatic structure is very low. But what you're looking for, this is 41% alcohol, 82 proof, right? So it is pretty strong. So when you begin to smell, what you're trying to look is first that it doesn't have an aroma to acetone, to paint, to rubber, to baby's burp, to to my father's cheese after, my father was Swiss and he had his cheese after, I don't know, 10 days in the refrigerator. I think things were crawling around it, right? So, so you go in there, you smell it. It's round, it doesn't hurt your nostrils, which is very important, right? And then the aromatics, in my case here, I'm finding a little bit of a banana puree, the skin of the banana. I find a little bit of chocolate, something green like cut grass, right? And then a little bit of yeast. So you move it around, open it up.
Open up like wine, yeah.
Yeah. Like wine. We Peruvians love to drink this with neat, right? You know, this is the way we really like it. But we are in the world of cocktails, right? We need to convince everybody that this is a fantastic mixture, right? This is a fantastic cocktail maker.
Yes, of course.
So,
I'm ahead of you. This is delicious. I couldn't wait.
All right.
I'm
So now
sorry.
you put it in your mouth.
I did.
Smooth.
Absolutely.
It's not burning.
No,
Right.
not at all.
It has a long aftertaste. You talk, you speak, and still the aromas are coming out.
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful, round. It fills the mouth. It explodes in the mouth. Actually, really, it really opens up. Right. Strong.
I like it.
Good. Right. So this is what we call the non-aromatic. Right. Give it on. Now we have 8 grapes. 4 Peruvians, we consider them less aromatic. All grapes are aromatic, of course.
Yes.
We consider 4 less aromatic and 4 more aromatic. And to show you that difference, we're going to try the second one.
Sorry about that.
Now, smell that.
Oh, wow.
Now compare it
The
to the other
nose
one.
on that.
Compare it to the other one.
Totally different.
All right?
It's like dancing out of the glass.
Beautiful. What do you have in there? Jasmine?
Definitely.
Yeah, white flowers.
Yeah.
Citrus, the skin
Yeah.
of the...
The citrus and the jasmine is what spoke to me immediately. That's why I said it danced out of the glass. I got that citrus.
Oleander, like that smell, yeah.
Then,
white
then you
flower.
go back to the other one. That doesn't have too much of an aroma, right? There's
not at
the
all.
dry
Yeah,
ones,
then-
the chocolate is there, the banana is there.
No,
But
now, so after this, now the cocoa, that cacao is now for me.
I agree.
It's not before. Like when you were saying that smell, I was not,
now you find it. Now you're picking it up.
yeah, because it's like now that I drank some of it and like that what you're talking about cocoa, it just like,
Yeah.
chocolate, like milk
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah.
It's delish.
Well,
Now the
this-
smell is completely different. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
No, I agree
And
with
in
you.
this case, I have to share with you guys that this Pisco in 2016 was declared best spirit,
Wow.
best white spirit of the San Francisco competition. 2016. 2017, it repeated the show. Best white spirit of the competition.
This is really
And 2018, double gold medal.
Nice.
3
you.
years, bam, top medal.
Drop the mic. No, don't.
Right?
Congratulations. It's
Yes.
well
No.
deserved. Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah, the aromas
congratulations.
are,
Yes, it's
and they're
beautiful.
beautiful and it's coming out. That does makes a different cocktail than this one, right? Then you have to go cocktails that have peaches, cocktails that have pineapple, mango. You go into yellow fruits, right? Make cocktails with this. This one you can make it with pisco sours. We make pisco sours more with this, right?
Oh,
But-
this is so good. And so in Peru, is this also, do you drink it neat as well? Or-
Yes, we drink Peruvian drinkers, as I am a designated drinker.
You are a designated drinker.
And, and I enjoy being in this side of the bar, not that side of the bar.
Such is my life.
So you are the magician. You are the one that prepares all this witchcraft with those things and make wonderful cocktails and
I do
wonderful
appreciate
drinks.
the term witchcraft. by the way.
Beautiful. It is witchcraft. I think it's magic what mixologists do behind the bar. I think it is.
Yes.
I'm a drinker. Honestly, I am a drinker. I love to drink. I have my cocktails every night before dinner. I drink. I'm not a 3 martini lunch drinker. 1 is good enough, right? But everything has to do with Pisco for me, right? Everything. It's my life. It's in our tradition. It's in our music. It's in our poetry. It's in our painting. We celebrate when somebody's
It's seductive.
birthday, right?
Yeah.
And we mourn drinking shots of Pisco when we are mourning our great grandfather that passed away, right?
Yeah.
So we have it within us. It's part of our system. It's part
That's
of
why
our
I was
life,
saying
yeah.
it's more than just being
No.
it's more than just the product. It is that rich culture that is just intertwined into the story and into each one of these bottles.
Yeah, and that tradition, for Peruvians, a Pisco kid that goes to university in Spain, so you go show up with a bottle of Pisco that begins to cry.
Yeah.
You know?
A little bit of home.
Yeah.
The spirit
it's
of home,
amazing
literally.
what a spirit does for our country. I think we're the only cuckoo. Locomato, total, huh? Absolutely crazy. We're that fond of our own product, right?
So loco mato, huh? I'm gonna adopt
Mato
that.
Italiano, loco,
Yeah,
loco
I'm
mato,
I'm
really
going to
loco.
adopt this into my life.
That's what it is. And then the distillery is a work of art. We're a national landmark.
Wow.
We're a historical monument. And funny thing is that it works. I have we own the 1684 distillery, the oldest continuously working distillery in the Americas.
1684.
1684, 14th of October of 1684.
Wow.
Mr. Caravedo buys the property. And he has to pay his father-in-law in raisins, grapes, and pisco.
Oh, what a great barter.
Right?
Raisins.
And this season, February, March, I used it, and it works like a Swiss watch. Perfect.
Wow.
Still works. 334 years. Still works.
That's amazing.
Very cool. So it is that, right? It is Pisco for me, for La Caravedo, for us. It's not just making a spirit. For me, it's part of a legacy I think I'm leaving in Peru behind me, right? We have the reputation of being maybe the top line or one of the top lines, one of the top. I'm going to say we're the best. There's a lot of very good producers in Peru. We're about 480 distilleries.
Wow.
So there's a lot of good products out there, right? But I think we're very consistent. We have a very good product on the market. We bring, and that's what I say when I talk to mixologists, be sure it's my nose that decides when this goes into a bottle. And I, every Tuesday, have to smell about 40 glasses.
Wow.
And then I decide, no, she's not ready. All my piscos are girls. No, she's not ready. Yeah, she's ready. Put her in a bottle, right? Right?
This is a good problem to have, Johnny. First of all,
Right?
is anybody else feeling it? I'm feeling it a little bit. Like I have like a little, giddiness and happy and
Absolutely.
right in your face, like here.
It is. It is. It
my
is.
pituitary gland's going crazy.
It's a spirit that perks you up very, very quickly and very nice. It's a happy spirit. I would say Pisco makes you happy. It makes it. I don't know what it does inside the system. Boy, you don't want to
good.
stop drinking.
It's a spirit that's good for your spirit.
I mean, I feel good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling real good.
I just can't get over
Good
this.
stuff,
This one
huh?
is
That is beautiful, right? Double
really,
Torontel. As I
yeah.
said, this is my
I'm
gold
excited to try the rest, but
This is my medal winner. This is my huge medal winner, the Torontel grape, which is a white grape, very aromatic. It's, as I said, it's our state-grown grapes. I'm very proud. All my grapes are state-grown, right? All our grapes, we raise the whole thing. It's the only way you can control quality. When you want the finished product to be fantastic, you cannot make a great Pisco you don't have great grapes.
of course, yeah.
It's the foundation of making anything. You start with something good.
You have to start with
make it
something really good,
amazing.
and
Yeah.
then you make it better. Can I offer you
Please.
sample number 3?
Sorry. Thank you.
Now, what we're doing here,
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna forget.
So,
what we're doing here is we're doing the second category of piscos. First, we tried a piscos that are puro, which means that monovarietal. This is 100% Quebranta. This is 100% Torontel, made from wine that's dry.
okay.
So now I'm blending these two and trying to see what happens, how the spirit changes in the blend. But you have to be very careful because it can change. Right? You can really screw up.
I like in English or Spanish. We got that.
You don't need a language to translate that.
Exactly.
Right? So it could happen, right? You blend two, and boy, you're in trouble. What the daylights did you do with that shit, right? Wrong. And then you have to see how you blend it, right? And what happens here? Look, I served you and I didn't serve myself.
I told you something's happening here right now. I mean,
It's really moving.
is it just me? I'm like, what? We're having Pisco. It's great. I don't know. We're not on a boat. I'm swaying though. Perfect.
But here, now, you have the two original aromatic structures have disappeared. And we've created new aromas,
Absolutely.
right? Something's happened that you can identify in the back, maybe a little bit of each, but
Yeah.
now there's a new basket of aromas, right? And this is called acholado, blend, a blended pisco. In this case, it's a blend of these two. Right?
It's all fruity for me now.
Look at that.
It just really opens up your palate.
Now
it's
you'd
nice.
make with this. You would make your Pisco sour.
Yes, of course. I'll give you a secret, Tina. I have restaurants in Lima. What I do, although I make these, when I make my pisco sour, try it. My pisco sour is 3-1-1. 3 portions, 3 whatever you use, 3 ounces, 3 of pisco, 1 of lime juice, and 1 of simple syrup. Egg white ice in the works. And please, bitters, 1 little drop on top. I don't want to see that thing turning pink. My pisco sour has to be creamy white. I mean, right? Please. I don't want a bitter cocktail of bitters.
I love you.
Right? I want 1 drop. Why the drop? Just to neutralize a little bit the scent of the egg white, right?
Yeah.
Because we use fresh egg whites.
Yeah.
Right? So that's it. What do I do? 3 is 2 of this one, and 1 of this one. And because here, I have the blend, but here it's half and half.
Okay.
This one is half and half.
Oh, so that
2-1-1.
Yeah, 2-1-1, right? Yeah.
Do 2-1-1.
That's my recipe in my restaurant, right?
I will do a 2-1-1, and then I will maybe half and half a juice. Is that okay?
Whatever. Go ahead.
I want it.
For me, it has to be lime.
We're gonna talk about that. You want to talk about it now?
Whatever.
Well,
But
let's
but
go to-
a pisco sour. A
let's-
pisco sour needs lime, not lemon.
Of course.
No, it has to be lime.
Of course.
Pisco sour with lemon. Lemon doesn't have the acidity. Don't forget, a pisco sour is a scientific formula to have a perfect pisco sour. Freshly squeezed lime.
can it only be Peruvian eggs then?
All right, good enough, fair enough.
Perhaps.
Fair enough. All right. I didn't remember that one. That's a good one. That's a new
Huevos.
line for me. It
You're
gotta
gonna have
be
to-
Peruvian chicken.
You know what you need is you need a contractor with a good chicken farmer first, though. Get your bit.
You
Get
gotta
your
start
piece.
with a chicken farmer, otherwise you can't make a pisco sour.
So you can like have little side chickens, with each pisco bottle sold.
So what are your feelings on when people change the pisco? Yes, a pisco sour. Like yes, you like it. No, you don't.
I think a pisco sour is a classic. You are a professional mixologist. It's like saying the paella that is made in Spain is the same. Can you repeat the same paella here? I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think so. So there are for some reason, some ingredients that have terroir, that have their own natural. And it was created there in Peru using those ingredients. Don't forget that it was invented by an American. This guy, Morris, opened a bar. He was a Mormon. And he opened a bar in
Did you say
Lima.
Mormon?
Mormon, yeah. And he was accountant for a mining company up in the Andes. And then he decided to quit the accounting business and went down to Lima and opened Morris's Bar.
Huh.
And it was 1918, World War I was over. There was not enough scotch. You guys were not producing enough stuff to send it to us. So he had to find something. And instead of making his whiskey sour, he used Pisco. And it's the first time there's on a menu a Pisco sour. Right?
Supply and demand,
then
necessity.
The story goes through different bars and different restaurants, the Savoy, the Bar Inglés, where Hemingway, his glass was this size. And it's called a catedral. It's called a cathedral.
Oh, yes.
A Pisco sour, a triple or quadruple Pisco sour, it's called a cathedral. If you go to a bar in Lima and you order a catedral, you don't have to say Pisco sour. Una catedral, you get a milkshake glass of Pisco
Wow.
sour. That's what you get.
That sounds like the best
Cathedral.
thing ever.
It's called a cathedral. And then, of course, we walk into Chilcanos, and then we go into Capitanes.
What's a Capitan?
Capitan is magical.
What is it?
The Peruvian Manhattan,
Oh.
but invented in 1930s. So it's not a copy. It's the Italians that came down with the vermouth. And when they got there, they had no grappa, I guess. And first it was served in 2 individual glasses, like you drank the pisco, and your chaser was the vermouth.
Oh.
And then it got into a mix. And now you put it in a martini glass, 1 measure of a fantastic pisco, 1 measure of a fantastic red vermouth, a slice of orange peel. You're in heaven. Oh. And that's called a Capitan. It's a Peruvian Manhattan.
I love it. First of all,
It's a Peruvian Manhattan.
it could be the worst drink ever. The way you just sold it. I mean, the marketing.
It's not, trust
The
me.
marketing is brilliant. You can just drink you right now. So, you know what? I'm 100% sold. I have no idea what's in the glasses anymore. I'm like, whatever.
She's just buying what you're saying.
I know. I feel like, I just always think, yes, I need everything. Yes, all of it.
Right. No, those are. And then the last one is called an algarrobina. These are the 4 classics, right? Which I consider at the same level. I'm very pragmatic. I think the top cocktail in the world is the martini by far, right? I think perfection is the least ingredients, the more perfect the cocktail is. Yes. When I go to a bar and say, Mr. Schuler, I've got a cocktail for you. It carries 1 ounce of this, half an ounce of that, 1/4 of an ounce of that, 3/4, I don't want it. Right? No, you're ruining each one of the spirits you're putting in there. You're destroying it. The least amount of things you have to mix, the more perfect your cocktail is going to come out, right? And that's the example of a martini, which is 2 ingredients, but it's 99.9% of one and almost nothing of the other.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, Churchill said that when he wants a martini, the vermouth, he puts his martini glass next to the telephone and he dials France. Right? That's just how dry he drinks it, right? So those for me is, but I consider the martini, the Manhattan, the whiskey sour, bourbon sour. Before that, whiskey sour for me is bourbon. It's not Scotch. It's a bourbon sour. And the Pisco and Pimm's. There's 10 fantastic cocktails in the world. Pisco sour is one of them. Scientifically well done. At home, in a good bar.
Yeah.
With somebody that really, but not the guy that says, no, I don't use, I put a lot of bitters on it. No, I prefer to, don't change. Change the name. If you're going to change the recipe of my Pisco sour, change the name of the drink.
Just leave it alone.
No? Or make it a classic, right?
Yeah.
Which is what I think. I am.
You're a traditionalist.
At my age, I'm a traditionalist.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still think Harry Belafonte, Johnny Mathis. I'm still those songs are back there, right? You know, in the airplane yesterday coming in to New Orleans. My movie.
Which is?
Casablanca. I've seen it 100,343 million times. I know the word of every actor. I don't know. I know the.
You can play all the parts.
My wife says, "You're gonna see that thing again." So last night I got to New Orleans. I said, "Sweetheart, you know what I saw you in the movie? Casablanca." Rick's Cafe, I think it's wonderful, right? But I'm a traditionalist, and I think cocktails, you have to have the original, and then you can play with it whatever you want, right? But the original has to be perfect.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. So
No,
shall
but
we
it's-
taste one last?
All right, the
You want
last
to taste
one.
that now or you want your cocktail first? Because this is a sipper. You don't mix this. I mean, I wouldn't mix
In my restaurant, I make my pisco sours with this one.
two. But in your restaurant, you make these all out.
No, but I blend the Quebranta of Mosto Verde and the Torontel of Mosto Verde because these are puros. The still the one is dry, this one the one is sweet. But I make 8 different piscos. In this category, I only make 2, 3. Here, I make 1 of each grape. All right.
You guys are the masters. You tell me how to drink this. I'm just
Go ahead.
here. I'm just
All
here
right,
along
all right,
for
all
the,
right.
for the ride.
Why don't we go for you're right.
No, let's do it.
Try it, try it.
Let's do
No,
it.
you're right. No, you're right.
I'm not gonna make, you know what? He's always right. I'm in.
All right, but now,
Yeah, now
Guys.
it's bigger pour.
yes, because
Yeah, bigger pour now, sure.
Yes.
And by the end, I'll be like, no.
no, but you have to.
I'll be singing Frank Sinatra to you. You like Frank Sinatra?
I love Frank Sinatra.
Perfect. I'm from New York, so we got this going for us.
Oh, my kind of
Boy,
town. My kind of town, New York.
Yes.
I love New York.
I'll
All
make,
right.
I'll make you a Sinatra Pisco your way.
We are. Somebody just
did
sent
you
me.
just do that?
Somebody just sent me a photograph of a 1950s movie where I can't remember the actor now drinking a pisco sour in Lima in the movie.
Oh.
Drinking a pisco sour. Well, any case. Now we're going to taste something completely different. This is Porton, which is no longer Porton in the American market. We, a judge decided that the word Porton and Patron are the same.
What?
So we have been advised that we have to change our name.
Oh, legal.
We lost a legal battle for Porton. Porton means gate.
Yes.
Patron means boss,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
These are two companies that pick two Spanish names
Yes.
that mean totally, completely different things.
And they're
And the
spelled
legal-
differently.
And they're spelled differently. And
Oh,
a
and
judge
where
here
is it?
decided that no. So now it's going to be called Caravedo Mosto Verde, right? So it's going to say Caravedo Mosto Verde, all right? Just for general knowledge. It's the same juice. It's the same product.
So if we're starting, as a consumer, if they're starting to see different bottles.
They're going
you're-
to see different bottles. It's going to say Caravedo Mosto Verde instead of Porton, right? But it's the same product. Thanks to my friends, that doesn't matter.
When the new branding comes out,
Where
we're
is
more
this
than welcome
judge
to-
from?
I don't know, but
So when the new bottles come out, Gina, I think we just go down to Peru and we do
You're
a whole
more than
show
welcome.
on the new branding
Sure.
to make sure there's no confusion in the American market.
Do you see what's happening today? So, yes, are we leaving now? Great. I don't even have to be sold.
all right, hold it. Now, this is taken to the still when it's dry. This is taken to the still when the wine is still sweet.
Right.
Distillation doesn't carry sugar, just vapors. Goes up the head, into the swan's neck, into the coil, condenses, and magic comes out, right? So there's no sugar pulled out. But you're going to have now impressions of sweetness, and you're going to see that the aromatics are multiplied. They open more. And then, in your senses, in your taste, you're going to have to appreciate another thing: weight, density, when it falls into your
Oh.
mouth. See, it's heavier,
I
right?
like this.
This is the ultra premium of Piscos, right? The super,
Oh.
super ultra premium.
That's delicious.
It is.
You're right, it just coats your mouth. It kind of stays there.
Smooth. It's
Oh.
like honey. It's
It is, it is.
just, right?
I mean, I'm not going to
This
lie.
is why I gave you a little bit more.
We opened it before you got here.
But isn't it
Look
even
how much
better?
they opened it. Look how much they opened it.
And they haven't imbibed some of that
I
prior
served
to
about that much, but look, it's down here.
a good friend of yours stopped by earlier. This,
Ah, all right.
and,
No, then no problem. No.
you know, he was regaling you.
Your pata.
My pata. He's my pata. Yeah, he's
Yeah, yeah.
everybody. But now you see the difference, right? Between these and this, right? These are fantastic Piscos, but this, of course, is the top-notch, ultra-premium.
Yeah.
And when I started, maybe only 2 or 3 distilleries were out making Mosto Verdes, because nobody in the market in Peru, it's too expensive to produce. So
Yeah.
nobody in the market. But when we began to say, where are we going to export to the United States? I told Bill Callop, the man behind the project. I told Bill, we're going to do the best Pisco there is, Mosto Verde. That's what we have to. We have to make the top, the elites, right? And then we worked down. We worked around. We started with the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
And then we worked the base, right? So now we have about 18 SKUs, different products.
Wow.
But all, and where's your Pisco Sour? Why are you going?
Johnny, what do you think is happening to me right now? I don't even I'm like my depth perception's off. I don't know what's happening.
I am a designated drinker.
This is I don't know what to do first.
I love that
Jeez.
it's clout. This is mine.
Hey, why did you invite me for? Come on.
Well, it may be so that because you brought this, but
I mean,
Salud.
Salud.
Cheers.
cheers.
Salud.
Yes. This is. I mean, does anybody get any work done in your bars?
hey, we're working right now, Gina. It's a tough job. It is a tough
is.
job, Johnny.
I would love my manager meetings if they came in. Like, Johnny was like, "Okay, today we're gonna make a beautiful beat." I'm like, "Yeah, sell it to me." All right.
But I'll share with you an anecdote. Marisabel Mijares is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Spanish taster. Very old. I can't say very old. She's an elderly person. Considered one of the best Spanish-speaking tasters in the world.
Wow.
And she's from Spain. She's a very good friend of mine. And we're arguing like we're talking about Pisco sours, right? And it says, no, a Pisco sour is a Pisco sour. But she doesn't like sugar in hers. She likes her really sour. So I said, Marisa, he says, no, Johnny, a Pisco sour is a Pisco sour. Come to my restaurant. It's called the Key Club in Lima. I'm going to make you a tasting of Pisco sours. I'm going to use different grapes, different Piscos. And she was just amazed at what we can do. Because it's different. It's a different world. Huh?
Sure.
People don't realize your choice. Your choice.
I'm going here.
All right. Fantastic. That's a blend of these two, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't know.
That's
I
all
really
right.
want to do your 2-1 now. I don't know. I'm
No.
I'm going to go here.
Go there.
So Gina, tell us what you've done so far.
Not much. Crack the egg white into the top of the shaker. I always say this, if you guys are confident in cracking eggs, always put your egg whites in the top so if you mess up, you don't ruin your liquor. In the bottom here, we did do a little variation. We have just a grapefruit simple syrup. So it's got a little bit of citrus, but not much. 1 count, so we're gonna do, so now I'm gonna ask you. So I always do 2-1, but at this time now I think, should I do 3?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you say 3-1, Gina, what was that? You answered that very quickly.
3 ounces to
Okay.
1 ounce of citrus, 1 ounce simple. So you can use regular simple syrup. Now, here comes my favorite new thing. Yesterday, we talked with a friend of yours, and we had this talk of how you squeeze the lime, right? So now, Johnny was giving me a lesson, and you squeeze like this so you don't get the oils in.
No, you get the oils in.
You get or don't want the oil?
You don't want the oils in.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So now what I'm saying for people like myself or at home or a bartender, right? What Johnny does is he does it by hand, right? So he gets what he wants. This is what I would do to do it the way, and it is true. When we made it yesterday, we did try this. It's unbelievably the difference and the sharpness that changes when you take the skin off and you make the drink. So forever and from now on, I will make my piscos and I will make my limes naked, and I'll squeeze it that way. Okay, a little nudity, and then we're good to go. So we're gonna take our juicer,
Great.
put it in there.
That is absolutely new for me, the way you're doing it. Great. I think it's cool.
So we're gonna measure it. It's not squeezing out. So we're gonna go that way. There we go. I was like, where are we going? Let's go this way. It's gonna go. Okay, here it is. I didn't want to waste it. Okay. I'm like, I don't want to waste it. It's coming. And then you have all of this flesh, so it's like a little bit different. There we go. Of course, it's not gonna do it on camera, right? There we go. There we go.
It's the magic of edit. Don't worry.
Right,
We
yeah,
got
I know.
this,
Don't
Gina.
worry. There's more. Thank you. Look at that. And that's left over. Anyway, don't put that in there.
I think
All
it's
right, so
really
let's go to
cool.
the next one. Because like you should be in getting more juice.
Yeah, but yeah.
And there we go. I'll pour it in like that. Okay, we have enough.
So the goal
You
is to
probably
get
now have a little too much.
So the goal is to get about an ounce.
Yeah, but we have a little bit in there. So right now we have about a half an ounce in there. We're gonna cut it with a little bit.
Now that is your version.
This is my version. I'm changing it just a little bit.
All right.
So this is it's cayenne and orange for a little bit of heat. All right.
Cool.
I have a little. I couldn't make it exactly the same. I mean, I do appreciate it, but I do have to do something.
She had to do her Gina in it.
that's
So
Gina
that you,
sour.
Exactly. Oh, there you go.
It's a Gina sour.
There we go.
It's Gina's a little drunk. I think that's what's happening. So the designated drinker show is turning into Gina's inebriated. Hopefully the bartending's good. So right now we're gonna do a little try shake. And basically what you're doing is you're incorporating the ingredients and you're whipping your eggs.
All at the same time.
All at the same time, and you get this foam, right? So the foam means that we're ready to add ice. And no pressure. This man's only had every Pisco in the world. Very easy, everybody.
So cheers to making Gina sweat. I love it when you guys make her do it.
Right, great.
And then there's a drum line coming down
Oh
the
yeah,
street.
you can tell we're in New Orleans. There's our drum line, just for you, Johnny. We did that.
You organized that.
Yeah, we-
Thank you.
yeah.
Of course.
I appreciate that.
Just while Gina was making the drink. Yeah. So.
Can we go and take some pictures?
Yeah, exactly. Wait, maybe you'll get some bees.
Bring them up for a drink.
Exactly. We'll introduce them to Pisco.
So now my question is this: do you agree with the double strain?
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but the double. No, I think you guys, mixology here is beautiful. What you guys are doing is fantastic, right?
Johnny, assist. I can't get it off. I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, this one is really. There, I got it.
Okay, perfect. Woo. Johnny Schuler, everybody, thank you so much for coming. All right, so say it. So now
All right.
there's an argument. I like
Now I
the double
wanna
strain.
see this.
Okay. So we're gonna get our color.
And did you chill those coupe glasses?
I
Julie?
did
Yes,
show
she
those
did.
cube glasses.
She did.
You think I'm not? These are a little tiny. These glasses.
They are.
I know we could actually put it in a giant glass and get
And we
a
have a
better head.
cathedral.
That's what everyone used to drink, cathedrals, right?
We need a bigger glass for this pour size. That's for sure. Because now I'm gonna.
Well, that just means we get an extra one, right?
I mean,
Of course.
That's not a bad
We're not
thing.
finished yet. We have about one more hour for taping over here. So
We'll find
we
something to
have
talk
we have
about.
about that much more to.
We have that much more. That's how much time we have.
People don't understand me when I sit down and I say we can't go before we finish the bottle. I mean, you're gonna read it like that?
You're hanging out with the right chicks.
That's essentials, right? Come on.
You always finish what the chef brings you, right?
Sure. You finish your meal, finish the bottle.
All right, so this glass is for the size we put in there. I would say is a little off on the ratio, but we're right there on the top. And one thing about Pisco's, and I totally agree, is that it should be to the top
Yes.
and
Always.
have like a little meringue look to it. And it's
Very
just
small.
Beautiful.
No, very, very little. O sea, the meringue has to be. I tell you one, Gina. If I'm in a restaurant in Lima and the
Thicker.
meringue goes halfway down the glass,
Yeah.
I call the maitre d' and says, "Excuse me, sir. Dessert is after dinner. Meringue is for the pastry chef. I want a pisco sour."
So what happens when if you have that much head? How did what did somebody do
Oh, yeah,
wrong?
good night.
Yeah. Hello.
All right.
Dessert.
All right. Oh my God. All right.
I'm sorry. What? No, I mean it's it's just a thing. It's supposed to be like a texture on your lips, a little kiss, if you will, and then basically you drink it, and that's it. Now, so we have two things we could do, and I think this might be a little bit fun, right? Normally you put bitter, you're gonna put one little dash of Angostura bitters on the top, right? Like boop.
Yeah.
Now I have one thing we could try.
All right.
If you'd like, not a bit now, you must taste it before we put it on there. Yeah, how do you like it? How do you like it?
In here.
Okay. Taste it.
That was a whole nother joke there.
It's spicy but nice.
Strong, spicy, nice.
I think we should try it.
Yours.
I think no bitters, we do this.
Yours.
One time. Okay. There we go. Hold on. I haven't flipped this bottle yet, so we're gonna practice. And you're gonna hit one.
So that's a good note.
Perfect.
You have to practice how much because if you do it too much, you're
you
like
always have to practice. In everything, you don't do too much. You always have to practice.
It's really true when you make these drinks. Like, one thing I never understand, and pro tip is when you want to practice and you're doing your pour, whether it's any of your bitters, you turn your bottle and it's going to tell you how much effort it's going to take to get the drop, and we can do it because I have the Angostura here too. This is not how you put it in. It's too much.
You know what we do? What I do in my restaurant or my house? I break a toothpick and I put it in here. So it stops the flow of the shoot. It just comes to the drop.
That's smart.
I put a toothpick in the middle of that little hole there. I put a toothpick that closes pretty much the hole. So when you shoot it,
you're getting all kinds of pro tips right now, folks. And
This is great.
very
considering
simple.
I'm just the pro drinker,
You know what's really great?
I think we
But
do this.
this is.
Gina, wait, hold
We're missing.
Because she made extra. I think
I
it was.
made extra.
I think she
I made
planned the
extra.
little glasses. I think she planned the little glasses. What do you think?
Yeah, she did.
She's a pro.
I made extras.
She wasn't born yesterday. I'm telling you that.
Just to make sure, we're not doing straws anymore, so you have to have a full cocktail. There we go. We're gonna do a little
Pretty hot stuff, huh?
Mine's gonna be a little bit hotter than yours, but it's okay.
Okay.
Salud. Cheers.
Salud.
Salud.
I think we're okay.
I'm just gonna say, as a amateur Pisco drinker, this is amazing.
It's okay? Okay. I passed?
Congratulations. Really, really. Gina Sour, right?
Yeah. Well, like you said, it's not a traditional.
It's not a classic, it's not a traditional, but it's a fantastic cocktail.
Yeah.
So what Gina always likes
The
to
only
talk about.
problem it has,
It's too small?
it's a small glass.
She beat you to the punch. You always let the gas finish. That's a whole nother show again.
Yeah, she beat me to it, right?
This show is just going south. All the way to Peru.
I mean, yes.
So for Gina's take on Pisco Sour or Johnny's more traditional Pisco Sour recipe, just head on over to designateddrinker.show. That's designated drinker
For show?
or show. And she'll have all the recipes, how-tos, and whatnots. And we'll do links to the Pisco as well.
Sure. I think it's wonderful. Salud to you guys, huh? Everybody.
Absolutely. Good times.
Please.
I know.
I didn't.
Pretty good. Very good.
Louise.
Really nice.
I think I learned my portion control today.
It only took this many years, folks.
I'm telling you, I've been like this the whole time. I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm on a chef. I don't know.
Well, it's a good thing. That's how we start off the show. I just asked you not to sink it. And I think you did an amazing job.
Very good. Very good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the tasting.
Absolutely. So you know what that means, Gina? Wish you got
So
something
you gotta
else.
prepare. No. You know what it means? You got to prepare more
Yeah.
because it was too short. No, I'm joking.
Wait, how do you say it? Let's ask. How do you say
Okay,
it?
so we always do, and since you're the designated drinker, we always, we started with a little Peruvian slang, which I have no more left. We always do last call. And so if you wouldn't mind taking us out.
How do you say it called last call?
Last call.
Mis queridos patitas, he pasado una tarde de la pitri-mitri hoy día. Really a wonderful afternoon with Gina and Luis. I am the designated drinker, and I'm going to be sticking around here for a few more hours.
Absolutely.
But don't forget,
Cheers.
here's to you guys. Salud con Pisco.